So the topic this week is outside Ashi, which is also called double outside Ashi, so I'm probably going to say DOA a lot. We so far when we've looked at legs, have talked about the position Ashi Garami or standard Ashi, and that's when I have one leg underneath this leg and wrapped around, and the other one clamped on top. Double outside Ashi means that I am still between his legs, but both feet are on the outside, okay? Kind of like the name suggests. We're double outside Ashi. In Ashi, we were both going to be focused on the disadvantage of this position being that I can't actually totally encircle his leg. So we took advantage of that when we escaped by opening that space more, yes, and then he brought his body over. So both of us were very focused in Ashi on one thing, the space between my ankle and my knee. So if he has double outside Ashi on me, and this foot doesn't really know where to be, it's not solidly on the floor, solidly on me, or somehow crossed under his other leg, there is a submission that I can do, and that is I'm going to come with my far hand. This one's close to his foot. With my far hand, I come under his leg here, and then I just gable grip, and then I have here on his leg a twisting type, footlock type pressure on him here. So that's one thing you need to be worried about. I can't not do this when he has this on the floor really well. I can't get in there and just do that. It's for the indecisive foot. It's just in the air or it's floating, so never have a floating foot. And let's do this submission first. Again, I brought my far hand under his leg, and this hand just chops over the toes, and I put my hands together, and then twisting it this way. I can come underneath, chop right over the line of the toes, chop right over that, connect my hands, and I can add a twisting pressure here. Compared to Ashi, this, I don't fully encircle his leg, but an advantage to it is I have a frame. My shin is a frame that keeps him away from me, okay? I do not have that frame when I'm here if I'm just here, right? So this is one of the other major vulnerabilities to DOA. It's gonna really help him escape if I don't also keep him away from me. I don't want him to just pull himself on top, essentially. So it's the other big thing I have to be concerned about maintaining is some kind of frame against him to keep him away from me. Otherwise, go ahead and pull yourself on top. Otherwise, my DOA crumples pretty easily. Okay, so I don't want a weak foot, and I don't want no frame on him. So the rest of what I'm going to talk about right now is just composing the position, and I'll give you a couple of options where you can put your feet, and I'm going to tell you where I think maybe just as a fundamental look at DOA that we should be putting our feet. Okay, so the part I haven't talked about is the upper body. Like we did with Ashi, I'm going to bend the key. I'm going to take his leg and put his foot on the other side of my body from him, and I've got my elbow kind of along his foot, and I'm laying my shoulder on the floor. Now my feet, where do I put my feet? You can put both feet on the guy. This will stretch him out really nicely. I can hide this foot behind him. I can put this foot on the floor. I can even put this foot in a triangle. Okay? For our purposes, because of what I said about not having a shield, I'm going to recommend this one. I want to put this foot down, open my knee, keep it as open as I can, and actually open the other one as far as I can too. So I'm going for this splayed DOA. This is what we're going to focus on for our fundamental look at DOA. I have the upper body control here, and I have some kind of prevention for him just pulling himself on top. That's this shin here. And this foot I do intentionally have above his knee. And again, this stops some of his escape stuff. So this is the position here that we're going to get into. One shoots under. The other one I'm going to step over for now. I can put this on the floor. I can put my hand, I like to cup the calf, but basically I'm trying to get my elbow along the foot so I can hide it behind my back. Put my shoulder on the floor. I will splay my knee and this foot. And I'm keeping from pulling himself on top of me. Can you do that easily now? No, because I have now put together some kind of shield. I'd like to talk about the entry that's going to mean the most to you, both doing and that you're going to see the most often, and that is coming off of the Ashi escape. When we looked at standard Ashi, we basically looked how to set it up and how to escape it, and we focused on one escape, and it's the escape you'll also see the most. And that is the one where he, with one hand or the other, pushes my foot to the floor and brings his butt over. So The rest of his escape may depend on where he learned the escape, but we posted on this knee and wove the foot in. That's a really nice escape right there that he's doing. The DO entry I'm talking about, for us, I'll be the good guy, is when he pushes this down and brings his butt over it. So go ahead, pushes it down, brings his butt over. This is the one you're going to see the most. You started escaping with the way everybody learns how to escape Ashi, and then they step over. But I'd like to finish making this DOA. My foot right now is stuck like under his butt. It's not exactly DOA, so let's do the whole thing. I was here. He pushes this down. Here's the step-by-step. He brings his butt over. I'm going to step over, so this foot's set. Now, with my free hand, I'm resting on my elbow. With my free hand, I'm going to lift his foot into my armpit. And from here, I can come up to my hand even, as long as I don't let there be a disconnect here where he can pull his leg out. Yeah, that I don't want. I want to keep it in there, so I just keep it up. So I keep it up, I can come to my hand, and it's just a little hip escape, and now I can put my upper body together for DOA. From standard Ashi, I'm doing what I'm doing, and he starts escaping. Good, it's foot over, lift, and I can come up to my hand. It's okay to come up to your hand. You'll find it easier to do this little hip escape. I just bring this out, okay? And then I can put this back down, bend the key, put it behind me, and get into our position. Remember that we want to be splayed here for a shield, and here to change the fulcrum under his knee. So this is the position I want to be in. He pushes that down. It's 1, 2, 3, and then just put the rest together. And spread. When I am trying to apply pressure from a pin position, whether it's Ashi, standard Ashi, or outside Ashi, the position I get is that I put my elbow my elbow tip goes about at the toe line, and it's closer to the big toe than to the pinky. So I don't want to put it basically under his foot. This is not what we want here. I do want his foot behind my elbow. So if my elbow's behind my shoulder, his foot's behind my elbow. I don't want his foot on my arm, which is very common. Even if I'm here, which is my elbow is near his pinky toe, then when I arch, what happens is his foot just inverts. I want to put my elbow here because when you're here and you apply pressure, it can only straighten the foot. The foot won't rotate any direction. This is where you want pressure, right along the big toe. So I'm always looking with my elbow for that big toe, which means my elbow might be off the ground as compared to my shoulder. And here when I arch, you get the kind of pinning pressure that can cause a tap. It won't for everybody, but you could. I don't want my elbow past his toes. I don't want my elbow sort of under me where it's not applying any pressure. And I don't just want it on his pinky toe. I don't just want it here because that just folds his foot over. I want to find his big toe, yep. And then when I arch from here, I should be moving the whole foot because with pressure here, I control the whole extension of the foot.